hope your Holy Week is off to a good start, and that you'll have a great celebration of the resurrection of our Lord. Just a kind of how we're going to navigate tonight. Just going to make a couple announcements, and I'll share a prayer for us, and then I'll kick it over to Patrick. We'll leave time at the end for questions and answers. So I'm sure much of what Patrick will share bring up some questions on your part. So we'll be able to ask those questions, and we'll wrap up around 8:30. So just wanted to share with you put this on your calendars. I know it seems early, but these things come fast. But the PTPA National Conference is going to be held in 2025. So not this summer, but the following summer in August 15th through the 17th. It'll be held again in Nashville, Tennessee, the same location as we held it last time. In fact, many of you may have met Patrick, our guest tonight, at the conference. It's where I first met Patrick. So hope that many of you will join us, and invite all of you to kind of spread the word of the conference. I want to just give a quick reminder to all of you of the PTPA member portal, and we did a session on that, and you've probably seen lots of information from me about that, but we've had a few folks begin to subscribe to that. Really interested and looking forward to your feedback for those of you who have joined, and to see how it works for you, and what we can do to continue to improve it. It's going to be a work in progress, so I appreciate you. You can find that at our link from our website, ptpausa.org, and link to that. And you also gotten a few messages from me where I've included links as well. So let's begin with a prayer, and I chose a prayer for peace tonight because certainly that's the order of the day that we hope for the country of Haiti and many other parts of the world. And during this Holy Week, it's a good time to pause and to invite the peace of the Lord to be with us. So join me in prayer, if you would, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord Jesus Christ, you are the true King of peace, and you alone is found freedom. Please free our world from conflict, bring unity to troubled nations. Let your glorious peace reign in every heart. Dispel all darkness and evil. Protect the dignity of every human life. Replace hatred with your love. Give wisdom to world leaders. Free them from selfish ambition. Eliminate all violence and war. Glorious Virgin Mary, Saint Michael the Archangel, every angel and saint, please pray for peace. Pray for unity amongst nations. Pray for unity amongst all people. Pray for the most vulnerable, for those suffering. Pray for the fearful. Pray for those most in need. Pray for us all. Jesus, Son of the living God, have mercy on us. Jesus, hear our prayers. Jesus, we trust in you. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Well, we're privileged tonight to have Patrick Eugene with us of DigitalKap. Patrick is actually currently in Haiti, lives in Haiti permanently. And I asked him as he begins tonight, I think we'd all be interested to hear a firsthand account from his experience of what he's seen in Haiti right now. So Patrick, I'd invite you to just begin, introduce yourself, and maybe share a little bit about what you're seeing in the country at this time.
I'm going to introduce myself, and after I'm going to ask you for permission to share my screen, if that's okay.
Yep, glad to.
Yeah, so I'm sure I pretty much meet a lot of you. Maybe I will say 30 or 40% of you already, because I've been involved with the Twinning Parish program a lot for the past 10 years, I think. My name is Patrick Eugene. I grew up in Haiti, and I left Haiti in 2006 to come to the US to study computer science, and then get a job for 2 years, and after went back to Haiti to start DigitalKap. So I'm gonna say more later on that. And I'm currently in Haiti. David asked me to share some, my experience in the last few weeks, month, a year. I will say I don't even know how to describe, being in Haiti right now, because nobody ever think the country will come to that end. It's very difficult. So you're living in a country where You don't know the next day or the next hour if you're gonna find food to eat because the port is closed, the airport is closed. Even if you have money in your pocket, you don't know if you're gonna be able to even buy water, or if you get sick, you have to go to the hospital. You don't know if you're gonna be able to even cross the street to go to the hospital. For two reasons, because the gangs are in controls, and sometimes most of the hospitals are closed because of the gangs, and sometimes because of the fuel problem that we have in Haiti. And in terms of that, I'm sure a lot of you have been in Haiti, or even if you've not been, but you read on the news, you know what Haiti is about. Port-au-Prince is the capital city where everything is located, you know. So Haiti is not a decentralized country. So everything are in Port-au-Prince. The food, everything has to come from Port-au-Prince. Let's say if you live in Jacmel, everything you need, you know, if you have a small business over there, you have to purchase everything from Port-au-Prince, even water. So everything, health care, equipment, everything has to come from Port-au-Prince. So now the gangs surrounded Port-au-Prince completely. I would say 99, now it's 100%. So you cannot go to the south, you cannot go to the east, to the west, to central, anywhere. So you just get blocked. Where now they get access to the port, they completely shut the port down and pretty much still destroy everything. The airport is closed, and the only area in Port-au-Prince that was okay to move around was Pétionville. So a few weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, they were able to access Pétionville, and just last week, I can share that with you. One of my close cousins who live in Laboro was at home with wife and two kids, and by 5 a.m. he had a bunch of guys, you know, keep knocking on his gate, say, "Open the door, open the gate, open the gate." He resists not to open it, and they start shooting on the gate, trying to break the lock, and he still didn't want to get out of the house and go open the gate, and they find a way to crawl on the wall and get inside of the yard and stuff like that, and start shooting directly into the house, breaking all the windows, the door, and they were able to access the house. And when they get in there, and they beat my cousin up with the guns, heavy guns on his head and everywhere, and they steal pretty much everything in the house. So thanks God he didn't get kidnapped, and they were able to let him go. And one of close friends picked him up and then has to move somewhere else, and left the house. So so that's the way we're living now, you know. Last week was my cousin, but the next day you don't know who's gonna be next, you know. So you're sleeping at night with one eyes closed and one open, because you never know when those guys gonna come and knock on your door, say, "Okay, I have to access your house." Or even if you're driving to work or school, you never know when they're gonna stop you, and you can get kidnapped or maybe kill you, do anything. You know, those guys are very extremely dangerous. They can do anything. So I will say the gangs are in control 100%. The police are very weak. They can't fight the gangs. If I think it's God trying to protect the rest of the people that live in Port-au-Prince, to be honest, because if they want to destroy everybody by the next hour or the next day, they can, because they have the power, they have the equipment to do so. Nobody can stop them. So me as a citizen, to be honest, I don't know when and how this issue will be resolved, you know, because as you can see, I'm sure you've seen the news, and they're trying to come up with a new government. It's been a month now, 4 weeks. They can't get together with one goal and to try to change the situation. You know, they keep fighting between them, and up to now, we still don't have a government in place. And today, I just saw in the news the guns went downtown by the main hospital, l'Hôpital Général, where they destroy all the pharmacy that was there. You know, they put fire in all of them. And 2 days ago, they were downtown again, and they went to a car mechanic shop where they have hundreds of cars. They put fire in all of them, burn them down to the ground. So I don't know if for sure there is a big hand behind what's going on in Haiti. Everybody know that, right? Nobody know who exactly, but I feel like the missions those guys have is to completely destroy, I don't want to say Haiti, but mainly Port-au-Prince. Because their goal is to, when they get access to your house or your business, the first thing they do, they put fire on it to burn it down. Eh, eh, they focus and destroy every small businesses in the capital city, pretty much. Downtown was most of the business were focusing. They completely destroy all those small businesses. People that take heavy loan and to start their businesses now, everything is gone. The big market downtown, I don't know if you guys been there, it's completely destroyed. So I would say everything. So now they're going up to Pétionville and keep doing exactly the same thing. Now I'm talking about Haiti, right? Port-au-Prince. A lot of you seeing the news, everything what happening in Port-au-Prince is unacceptable, is a disaster. But if you go to Cap-Haïtien or you go to Jacmel, Hench, all the other cities, or far away in the countryside, you will be okay. Everything is working. But the only problem, since everything has to come from Port-au-Prince, those people in those different city area and the countryside, they struggle because they can't, food price goes extremely high, and they don't have access to a lot of stuff. Not only price of food goes up, but having access to them is very difficult, like especially for fuel and stuff like that. Hospital has to close because they don't have fuel. People are starving because they don't have money to buy food because food are too expensive. And sometimes they have the money, they don't find anything to buy. So that's the problem that we have in the outside of Port-au-Prince. I think that's pretty much what I can tell for so far. And I'm sure you guys will have questions specifically about that. At the end, we can talk about more in
Thank you,
detail.
Patrick.
Yeah.
I got to imagine that your own business has been severely impacted by all this as well, obviously.
Yeah, oh, that's a good point. So my business this week we're able to open in Port-au-Prince. Like we have 3 offices, one in Port-au-Prince, one in Hench, and one in Cap-Haïtien. The one in Port-au-Prince was closed since they attacked the airport, because when they get access to the airport and shut it down, everybody said, okay, that's the end. Everybody panicked and everything was shut down completely for 2 weeks, 2, 3 weeks. So we were able to reopen again yesterday. Things are going a little bit slow, but we managed to do what we can do. But the other 2 offices in Cap-Haïtien and Hench, they still working well and trying to serve the population as the way they can.
Thank you for sharing that, Patrick. Our hearts are with you and all your employees and all the people of Haiti.
Thank you.
So you
Can I?
should be able to share whenever you're ready to. Yeah.
Okay, but can you guys see my screen now?
There we go. Yes.
Oh, is it clear? Everything is clear? Okay. Well, I talk about the situation in Haiti. So now I wanna talk about my beginnings. As I mentioned earlier, I grew up in Haiti. So I left Haiti in 2006 after high school to come to the US to study. So I went to James Madison University based in Virginia, where I studied computer science and a minor in business administration. since I was a kid, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So that's something in me, and I always dream about going to the US to study since I was a little kid for some reason. And 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 go back to Haiti to start something, make a difference. That's always in me. So with the help of God, I was able to accomplish this dream in 2011, graduated from college and started my own business in DigitalKap in 2011 with a computer lab. So we started with a computer lab, one computer lab. So I graduated in 2011, get a job with a software company based on Colorado, where I worked for 2 years doing like software development. While I was working there, I couldn't wait to go back to move back to Haiti. All my friends say, Patrick, you have a very good job, very good salary, you're comfortable. Why do you talking about Haiti? Why are you keep talking about Haiti? Why do you have to go back to Haiti? You stay here, build a family in the US like everybody do. And uh, for some reason, I wanted to go back. So while I was working, the focus was to save as much money as I can to have enough money to start my own business. So it was in December, Christmas break. I took a 2 weeks vacation, so I went there in 2011, end of 2011, Christmas break. So I started my first computer lab project in Hinge Central Plateau using my own money. I didn't waste any money, the money that I saved. So that solar powered computer lab was the first, very first solar powered computer lab in the whole country, and very well modern, and about 40 workstation. It was a big deal. It was all over the news back then. And I call it a computer lab, but it was a community center where people from Henge or in all surrounding area can come learn about computer, browse the internet, do like printing services and stuff like that. So that was a pilot project from what I have in mind to start my business. And this project was successful. I took a lot of good picture and came back to my daily routine and my job and keep working for that software company. Because before I quit, my goal was to find a way to get my foot off the ground, right? Get some client and test the concept to see if it's gonna work. So when I was in Virginia in school, I built very good relationship with the Diocese of Richmond. And I was very involved in the twinning parish program activity. And I was even part of some Haiti committee. So I was volunteer helping them out because those people, I see how hard they work to raise money and to build school in Haiti, build clinic, hospital, and anything you mean with agriculture project. So I admire those people. And even though I was very busy in school, so I was volunteering pretty much everything that they were doing to help Haiti. So because of that, I know everybody and I had contact of everybody in the Diocese of Richmond that involved with Haiti. So after I built the first project, so what I did, I sent a mass email to everybody in the Haiti community, say, hey, this is what I done. And I think this solar-powered computer lab can help your school, can help the students to learn about technology and stuff like that. And the next 5 minutes, I get an email back. One of the church say, Patrick, I want that for my school. So that was my very first client. Is everything clear? Everybody understand me very well? I know I have a big accent. So is that everything is good? Good?
For those of you, if you need captions, just a reminder, I've got captions turned on. If you go to the bottom of your screen, you can push captions and you'll see it does a pretty darn good job. Patrick's got a bit of an accent, but most of us are used to hearing the Haitian accent,
Yeah.
so we should be okay. Thanks.
Yeah. And yeah, I get my first client, and that was great because, as you know, building a business, the most important and difficult thing is to find your first client and find your niche market, right? So the energy that I have, the focus, my focus at the beginning was to serve the people like you, the Diocese of Richmond, the Twinning Parish program that helping Haiti, that building school, clinic, hospital, churches, agricultural project, and all those stuff. By working with them, I feel like finding good, reliable company in Haiti is very difficult. And I'm not even talking about technology aspect, even for the basic. So I feel like something is missing, and I find a way to resolve that problem by combining technology and energy together to serve that niche market specifically. So projects, I done the first project really fast and then move to the next one. And word of mouth, more people know about what we're doing. We keep getting a lot of client. So we were able to put a lot of computer lab in most of the schools in Central Plateau, working with the Diocese of Richmond. And then we went out of our comfort zone. So then we contact the Haitian government, and the Ministry of Education trusts us and start working with us to bring computer lab and a solar-powered computer lab to the school, public school in different regions in the country. And Digital Foundation has a program after the earthquake where they build school all over Haiti, like modern school. And we build a partnership where they build the school and we bring the computer lab and the solar power system as a package to most of the school as well. And also we're able to work with a lot of other non-profit organizations and that focus on education in Haiti to bring solar powered computer lab to most of those schools. As you know, Haiti has a big energy problem, right? Only 22% of the population are connected to the grid. What I call the grid is the EDH, is the main power source that power the country, right? Only 22% of the population are connected, but that 22% that connected only have power a few hours a day, And I'm not talking about now. That's back in the day, like a few years ago. Now, since we don't have a government in place, the grid is completely down. Haiti is in a complete shutdown, blackout. So access to energy is becoming a huge. It was a big problem before. Now it's a huge deal. A lot of big hospitals are small are closing their door just because they don't have diesel to put on their generator to operate. And before it was a problem, now it's becoming a major problem. So because of that, need of solar energy is huge in Haiti. Because why is that? The grid is down. 5, 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't working well. 22% were connected and has only 2 hours or 3 hours of power a day. So now it's completely down. So the only way out is to go solar. So solar is huge in Haiti. There is a lot of demand, starting from small residential to big commercial industrial building. The only way out is going solar. So a lot of people are trying to put solar in their buildings and the house and stuff like that. So over the years, we have completed about 2,000 projects across Haiti. In terms of megawatts, about 50 megawatts of install. And we have about 32 full-time employees now working across Haiti. And when we have different projects, many times we have a lot of projects together. We have contractors that we work with that we call and hire on different type of project across the country. So these services that we provide, we are a full solar EPC provider. What I mean by EPC, it's engineering, procurement, and construction. So let's say you have a project, you come to us, or there is an RFP, we apply for the project. So what we do, we design the project, we provide all the equipment that needed for the project, and we construct and build the project, and also provide maintenance package for people to sign up so we can keep the system running 24 hours, any issue we're there to serve, to make sure the system is working the way it's supposed to working, and also to respect the warranty, the lifespan of the batteries and everything like that, which is a big problem. We're going to talk about that in Haiti. So we also provide energy efficient computer labs. as well. Our computer lab is energy efficient, where you don't need a big solar system or a big generator to operate the computer lab. We're now starting providing internet connection via Starlink. We are one of the biggest solar product importer in the country. When I say solar product, so we purchase batteries, inverter, all the components that you need to build a solar system from the US, Europe, China, and bring them to Haiti and use them in our own project, and also retail them to other big store like Value Canes, MSA Place, and small shop too as well, and also to local solar installer as well that have a job and they get paid to do the job, and they come to us, they purchase all the equipment and go do the job on their own. And we are a developer. What I mean by a developer, we go to a village. Let's say we go to one of your village guys, and then we do a site assessment. We evaluate how many houses and the load of each house. We come up with a load capacity, and we design a solar system, like we call a solar farm, that's gonna power the whole village. All the businesses, all the houses, will be connected to the system using a smart meter, a pay-as-you-go meter. For example, you have money in your account, you pay as you go, just like they use cell phones in Haiti. You have minutes, you can make a phone call. You don't have minutes, you can't make any phone call, right? So that's we done a mini project like that so far by working with the World Bank, and we're able to raise the money to World Bank to do all those type of projects and stuff like that. And other services that we provide, we design a solar street light that come with a charging station together. For example, you go to a remote area where they don't have access to electricity at all. You install the big pole with the solar panel on top and the lamp, I'm sorry. And on that pole, you have a charging station where people can come and charge their cell phone, laptop, or tablet, and also have light at night where they can study or play. In Haiti, people don't have. In the US, everybody sit at home watch TV at night, but in Haiti, people like to play outside. So those type of light help them to gather outside of the house and play, before they go to bed, and also study or charge the cell phone, since everybody has a cell phone now. So just about 3 years ago, we launched the very first electric motorcycles in Haiti. And the purpose of that project is clear, because the main transportation system in Haiti is motorcycle, as you know. Motorcycle is everywhere. So one of the biggest challenge the past 4 years, we've been having a lot of fuel issue, gasoline issue in Haiti. So most of those guys can't operate, they can't make money because, like, there is no job in Haiti, and somebody that help them to buy a bike, not only they can use that motorcycle for their own transportation, but it's also a job for them too. They make money, they take care of their family, send their kid to school and all that stuff. And most of the young people, that's what they do in Haiti as a job. So when they don't have access to gasoline, and they can't make money and they can't support their family. So that's the reason that we come up with this technology, the electric motorcycle, to help mostly those drivers on the street to move, where we have charging station in different area where they can do whatever they call it, what we call battery swap. Let's say they're on the street with a bike, the bike has a battery, and the battery need to recharge. They don't have to wait and plug the battery somewhere and to wait for it to charge back. So they can go somewhere and drop that battery, the empty batteries, and get a new one, a full charge one, put it in the bike, and in 5 minutes and ready to go. So that's what, and then people like you or any private sector, anyone that need the bike for their house, for their own need, they can purchase that bike and use it. So we have a solar technician training program where we train people all over Haiti about solar, a computer, and also that new program, the electric motorcycle, how to repair them. And you guys, I'm sure you guys doing a lot of agricultural project in Haiti, also a drinking water project in Haiti, which is a big challenge. Access to water is very difficult. So we come up with a solar pump system. It's a DC pump where you don't need battery. You just hook up the pump to a solar panel, 1 or 2 solar or 3 or 4 max solar panel, and can pump water all day long. As long as you have sunlight, it's pumping water all day long. It's a very small investment. You don't need to buy inverter, batteries, anything, just the solar panel and the pump. That way, a lot of community are able to have access to water, and also they have water to use for agricultural purposes and stuff. So talking about technology, computer, energy, the issue that we have in Haiti, I know a lot of people are losing hope. Mostly a lot of Haitian people are leaving the country. They say it's over. Haiti will never get better. And maybe people like you that love Haiti, that always want to go back like once or twice a year, say where maybe you will never be able to go back. But I have a strong belief and feeling that things will change. It's not going to take a long time again to change. And Haiti will resist and get back to normal and become a way better country. So, but when things get back to normal, one thing that we cannot ignore, which is essential to develop a country, it's energy and technology. It's very important in the development in the country, because without energy, you can't do anything. Like, for example, let's say in your state, the main grid power line system is fell or something like that. You don't have power for 2 weeks or a month. You know what's going to happen, so it's going to be one of the biggest disaster ever, right? So we need those type of things to develop a country. So I think that's pretty much where I will stop, and I'm sure you guys will have a lot of questions, and I will be willing to answer any of your questions and stuff like that, and keep going with the discussion.
Patrick, thank you so much. I'm gonna just invite those of you who would like to speak. Go ahead and hit your raise hand button. It should be at the bottom of your screen, and I already see Diane's hand raised, so I'm going to call upon Diane. And anybody else would like to chime in, go ahead and do so after that.
Thank you,
Diane,
Patrick.
go ahead.
I want to thank Patrick so much for this. This is very inspiring. You're doing great work. I would like for you to talk a little bit about Starlink. How is that working? I hear good things about it, but I was just wondering, how many projects you've done with it and how well they're working for you. Thank you.
Yeah. First of all, as you can see, you're hearing me very clearly. It's, my internet is Starlink, right? So it's working really well. And that's what I use in my offices, and we've done it for many other people, clients as well. It's working well. So I think from what I've seen so far, it's one of the best connection that we ever have in the country. I don't want to say it's perfect. You know what I mean? Sometimes depend of first of all, you have to know how to install it correctly, right? That's one thing. And where you install it, you have to have a clear path for the satellite to work well, If you have a bunch of tree and the satellite cannot, fix the sky clearly, and you may have some latency problem and stuff like that. But beside that, it is very good service, and Starlink just improved the technology. They come up with a better system that's launched, I think, a few months ago. So that's going to be performed even better than what we currently using in Haiti. So I don't think there is anything wrong with that service. I think it served the purpose, and I'm happy. I'm happy with what we've had so far.
Thanks,
Great.
Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick. Kurt, you've got a question or a comment.
Yes, Patrick, with all the violence going on right now, are you able to service any of your current projects that might be near Port-au-Prince, or go and talk to new potential clients and do site assessments?
Good question. We were able to service pretty much, I would say, except inside of Cité Soleil and Matissan, we were able to service pretty much everywhere right before the end of the beginning of the year, where they completely shut down the road to go to the south. And then recently, what happened at the airport and stuff like that, you guys know, we slow down and trying to analyze everything. So
Okay.
the way we were able to work, the way things, and I'm not talking about tonight or today, but 2-3 weeks before ago, the way things I'm sorry. So let's say if you want to go to Cap-Haïtien, right? From Port-au-Prince, to do a project, you have a big truck full of solar panel equipment and stuff like that. You have a driver and technician that go in there, and there is different stop where the gangs are in control. They have to stop you, and the driver has to pay to get through. So that's the way everybody were able to operate in Haiti. But if you drive in like a fancy car, like a private car and stuff like that, you can't do that. It has to be a truck full of equipment, and there is this fixed rate for every truck. Like if it's a bigger truck, there is a rate for that. If it's smaller than small box truck, there is a rate for that. So you have to pay to get through. So anything that you're moving, or if you have to cross and do something, you have to do it that way. So we're able to go anywhere to complete project. But now those guys become way more violent the last few weeks. And sometimes you pay too, and then they still open the box trucks and stuff like that, and they take everything, you know. Never happened to me, but happened to some other people. Usually people that transport food, they do that a lot to them. And but the thing about us, the office that we have in Central Plateau and Cap-Haïtien, from Cap-Haïtien, we can serve all the north area. And then we can also serve the Artibonite, part of the Artibonite area. From Cap-Haïtien, you can go to Gonaïve and those type of area, and even from Central Plateau. That helps us a lot. The major problem that we have now is to go to the south.
Okay, well, that's what I kind of thought. Our parish is in Marigny, which is not too far from Carrefour.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah, we won't be able to do.
That's what I thought. What I'll end up doing, Patrick, I'll actually send you an email, and then hopefully you can get back to me. Hopefully, maybe in another month or 2 months, whenever things become safe enough I'd like to get a site assessment done.
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks.
Mhm.
All right. So Dan or Linda Weiss?
Hi, David. We're actually both sitting here. So Patrick, this is Linda. We've communicated. Actually, you communicated more with Dan, my husband Dan, than me.
That's right, yes.
We are eagerly awaiting our installation in Gandu, for both the school and for the clinic. Okay. As you're talking tonight, we're very interested in the solar pump. Okay. Our medical clinic is open, and we can't get gasoline, of course. And so we cannot pump water from our cistern up to our overhead tanks above the building.
Good.
All right. So we're very interested in that. Dan's actually, I think he already sent you a message on WhatsApp, or he's doing it right now. But we're very interested in that. Okay. And then I will also comment, I think it was Diane maybe that asked about the Starlink. I was on a call last night with the parish priest and the medical doctor that we have up in Gandu. They're in the mountains of Haiti, and they were 100% clear.
That's great. That's great.
Starlink.
Yeah, it will work well.
Great, thank you. Al, you got a question?
Yeah, so we have taken our twin parish is just outside of Lakai in the southern part, which obviously it's a problem to get there. But we have had computers there in their computer lab for years, but they are so outdated. And so if I'm understanding you correctly, you have access to the computers and the internet to service those, and basically could install solar panels to in order to power them as well, if I'm understanding things correctly.
Yes, that's correct.
Is that true?
Yes. Mhm.
I'm gonna
Well, that
I'm gonna let
is,
Danny Bauman
Go ahead.
interject because I'm guessing he's chomping at the bit to say something with that. Danny?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Well, yeah, I am chomping at the bit. This is very complicated, okay? Because on one hand, it might appear that what I'm doing in Haiti with computers and servers and all of that is in competition with what Patrick is doing, okay? And that's not the case at all, okay? Because the need is so great that he can't do it alone and I can't do it alone, okay?
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
need to work together, and we have done that to some extent, Patrick. I know that your work up in the Hinch Diocese, I know that you know Monica Walker,
Yes.
and all of that, and there's been other places, and Sue Carlson and other places where we've worked together. So, David, the challenge here is to blend the resources that Patrick offers, that I offer, and that Kevin Keene offers with Brighton Haiti with solar panels. Okay, we'll Patrick and I, not Patrick, I'm sorry, Kevin and I, and really anybody else that's working in Haiti will probably agree that the hardest thing of what we do is logistics. It's getting it to where it needs to go, okay? But I mean, I'm up to well over 3,500 computers that I've sent to Haiti, all right? And they're in cities as far west as Jeremy and as far north as Fort Liberté, okay? And so the challenge here is for people like Kevin and I and Patrick to find a way that we can work together, because money's involved, you know. I mean, Patrick has a right to make a living, okay? That's pretty simple stuff, okay? But there may be places where we can, like, I think it was Alan was just talking about Lakai, all right? We have computers in schools around Lakai, and we'd be glad to donate more. But you know what? We also have the problem of teacher education, okay? Now, Kevin is trying to work on that with some of his guys that are primarily installing solar systems, but they're also, educating themselves so that they can teach the teachers how to use technology in the classroom. Well, you know what? Patrick has a degree in computer science from James Madison. I sent my daughter to James Madison, by the way, Patrick. All right, I live there. So enough, the need is so horrendous to do, but the trick is to coordinate it and work together. Okay, Dave?
Yep. Thank you, Danny. For those of you who don't know, as Danny kind of alluded to, he did a Zoom for us a while back, and his organization makes computers available for free for education, come loaded with software, or for medical, for hospitals, clinics, and that kind of thing. So reach out to Denny if you're interested in that. I may have mentioned my last trip in January to Haiti, we took 17 of his computers and created 2 computer labs at our schools. It just and it worked fantastic. So obviously you got to have power. So there's the solar connection. You got to have education. So yeah, as he said, there's an endless need. Patrick, we had a question in the chat I wanted to bring in. Somebody asked, how much is an electric motorcycle? How much do they cost? And where can you purchase one? Patrick, is still there?
Yeah, I was in mute. Sorry, I was in mute.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, they cost about $2,000 US dollars now, but we currently working with the World Bank to create like a mass production and to do the assemble in Haiti and everything, so we can bring the cost down, so more people can access it. Yeah,
Great. And where can they be purchased?
I'm sorry.
And where can they be purchased? Where can someone buy one?
We don't now. We currently have some stock in Port-au-Prince, only in Port-au-Prince now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope you'll let us know if you notify us when you have more available in various areas, as we can spread the
Sure.
word about that,
Yeah.
because boy, that can sure be a game changer for lots of folks to have one of those connected to a
Sure.
solar system. Really make it an inexpensive way for transportation to happen. So
That's for
great.
sure.
Jennifer, you've had your hand up. What was your question?
So wonderful insight information, Patrick. So thank you for sharing that. Our parish is in Cap Rouge, which is about an hour into the mountains from Jacmel. And Father Jude is the priest that we work with. And we currently are working on a solar panel project that he is installing himself. He has a construction background and has been very significant in changing the construction projects for our church that was destroyed from the earthquakes and those things, and has done a lot of renovations with the rectory and those things. So I was wondering if with what he is doing with 6 solar panels, batteries, inverters, and regulators that we have sent money for him to be able to purchase from Jacmel that he's working on installing right now, if your company would be able to partner with him in regards to looking at those solar water pumps and the solar street lights to provide lighting more than what they have outside of the church and schools.
Yes, the communication was a little bit bubble for a minute, but what I understand is father is working in a solar project and is trying to purchase all the components from Jacmel, or already purchased them from Jacmel.
Correct.
And he will be interested in the solar water pump that we have. If I can work with him regarding that, is that correct?
Yes, if your company is able to partner with the solar street lights and the solar water pumps, because our cisterns have been installed through Fountains of Hope throughout the community in Cap Rouge.
Sure, we'll be happy to connect with father and bring those technology to your area. So after the call, you can, I don't know if you get, I'm pretty sure you have my email based on the you can send me an email and then we
I
can.
just put Patrick, I just put your email in the chat. So if you were looking for his
Okay.
email, look in the chat.
Yeah, you can send me an email and we can go from there. We'll be happy to work with you on that.
All right, thank you so much, Patrick.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Patrick, somebody's asking if there's if the customs is still open, or has that been taken over by the gangs? Are they still able to move materials and things?
No, you can't move anything yet. Not yet. It's still blocked. They were working really hard to clear it, but it's still not. Yeah, no, still blocked.
Is that true in Cap Haitian as well?
No, not in Cap Haitian. No, everything is working perfectly okay in those areas, Cap Haitian and other cities. The major problem that we have is in Port-au-Prince.
Okay. Somebody asked if training was being done in Haiti or elsewhere. I'm assuming they're talking about technology training or solar training.
Yes, so most of our technicians, a lot of them also train in Haiti and also in Dominican Republic, in Mexico. So sometimes when there has new technology come up and there's like a seminary and stuff like that, we send them to get trained and learn about the new tech that come out and stuff like that. Yes.
Right. And then he got a message of love coming from Dan Burns. Dan said he loves DigitalKap and Denny. Apparently you all have helped them. He's from Virginia. So
Thank you.
getting
Thank
some
you,
shout outs.
Thank
I
you.
think
Yeah,
Chad, I think
just a quick,
Chad, you're on the
Shane,
phone, I think too.
real quick, Dave, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
I think as soon as Patrick came out with his program, we collaborated with Denny and Monica Walker, got computers in our school. Patrick came by, connected our solar power. We've been doing it for quite a long time, even to the point where we went back to Denny and actually upgraded our the box has been phenomenal in our schools, and it is just a wonderful working relationship. The stuff works. These guys are phenomenal.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I wanted to point out, one of the things I was really glad to hear that Patrick mentioned was that they follow up with service. They make sure they can maintain the system to get its full effect. All of us who have worked in Haiti know that that's not a standard feature of a lot of projects. That lots of times projects are done, lots of money is spent, but there's no consideration for how it's going to be kept up, who's going to maintain it. So that's an incredibly important aspect, because many of us make very, very large investments, certainly into a solar system, and it's critical that they maintain properly. So that's good to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for more questions, but one thing I need to cover, like as David talk about maintenance and stuff like that, based on the 12 years, 13 years experience that we have doing computer lab and solar project in Haiti, one of the common issue that we have with some clients, I would say some parishioners like you, for example, we can go, you guys, you're raising money, budget is tight, you have a limited budget for everything. Of course, it's understandable because it's very difficult to raise money nowadays. And most of those projects, because of budget issue, we have to use small, cheap acid batteries, that required heavy maintenance and stuff like that. And you can't put them everywhere, anywhere. Sometimes they choose, you don't have any space, you put them outside in a very cage that very hot. You don't have any environment control to protect the batteries and stuff like that. And you don't have enough to support the load that you have. And the issue come, you install that system and you didn't sign a maintenance agreement with the company that installed the system, right? No maintenance ever done in that, usually in the system. I'm sorry, the battery system. And number two, we have some churches where we go, we install a system that very well sized, that can support specific load. And then 2 days after we left, the priest in charge go somewhere and purchase like two, three big freezer and connect it to the system where they making ice, selling beer and cokes and all kind of stuff to the village, trying to make extra money. But the system, the battery system wasn't designed for that, So what happened, you join the batteries pretty much every day. So if that battery was supposed to give you 5 years lifetime, it's gonna give you 2 or 3, right? So we have a lot of issue. And when that happened, I get a call 2-3 years after and telling me, hey, Patrick, we installed that system, and father is calling me, say the batteries are pretty much done, they can't support the load anymore and stuff like that. That's one way. Or you install the system, you never do any maintenance on the batteries, and then the battery was supposed to last 5 years and they last like 2 years. And then I get a call saying, Patrick, the battery was supposed to last 5 years, but they only last 3 years. But the first question, how much load do you connect to the batteries? That's one thing. And when is the last time you did maintenance on the batteries? So all those stuff, when you're trying to go solar, you need to understand at the beginning, if you want your system to last, your battery specifically to last 5 years, we need to take consideration of all those stuff. How much load you're gonna connect to the system, and who's gonna do maintenance on the system, because usually those acid batteries, even if you have to put water regularly on them, and you have to know there is a measurement you have to respect, the water limit has to be respected, and if anybody who doesn't know anything doing that is killing the batteries over time, and then after 2 years you say, Patrick, get my money and give me bad batteries, and so I think it's a communication. We're trying to fix that at the beginning, saying like in the contract, we brainstorming all those details and make sure everybody understand how things work. But one good thing too, now lithium-ion battery is becoming very cheap now compared to the past years. The price is going down and keep going down, and the lifetime of those lithium batteries is at least 10 years. So parishioners like you will be able to use lithium battery instead in your project. That's gonna, that's have a very, 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 very long lifetime period and stuff like that. So that's something.
Yeah, a more expensive cost up front, but in the long run, you're going to save money because it's going to last at least twice as long and has a
Exactly.
higher capacity. So
That's correct.
yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Patrick, somebody asked and wanted to know how much is a solar street light and charging station? How much can those be purchased for?
It does, if I remember correct, I don't have the list in front of me. I think about the charging station and the solar street light together, I think is between 2,000 and 2,500 and 2,000. I'm not sure exactly. I think $2,000. I can double check for it. Yeah.
Okay, gives us a good ballpark. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
Tom Gettelfinger, you have a question.
No, I didn't really have, I just wanted to make a comment on something Jennifer mentioned about solar powered water pump. There is a resource out there on our portal that has a project. We actually did a project like that in our parish up in St. Raphael, and it was we purchased it here in the U.S., but it was a very nice package deal that had the pump, controllers, everything for it. And we converted a hand pump well that was about 90 feet deep, and set up the tanks and everything and put a solar panel on it. So there is a project out there on the portal that has the information on it, and it's pretty easy to do. I think this has probably been 7 or 8 years ago that we did it, and so it's probably a couple $1,000s now. But there's some really nice technology out there that's primarily in the U.S. utilized out west for isolated wells for ranchers, but it's a really nice complete system, and you can buy everything from the panels, all the controllers. The only thing that we bought there was actually the tanks that we used to fill it with. So that technology is out there and available.
That's great.
Great, thank you, Tom. Well, we're just bumping up against our end time, and as I said, I put Patrick's email in the chat. So if you want to contact him offline, feel free to do so. I'll be following up with a recording of this, and I'll include Patrick's email. And Patrick, you probably get plenty of emails, and get ready because you're you're probably going to get a lot more.
That's a good thing.
That is a very good thing. Yes,
yeah.
And I want to express my own, and I'm guessing a lot of folks would say the same, my admiration for you for what you're doing in terms of staying in Haiti and being a part of the solution. I think we're all concerned about so many people taking advantage of the Biden program and coming to the United States, and a lot of the very, very smart and people with goodwill are leaving the country, and it's going to really need people like yourself who are still in the country to be part of the rebuilding of the country. So thank you for what you're doing and the commitment you've made. And we all just want to bless you and thank you for what you're doing. And we really look forward to working with you.
Yeah, and before you guys go, I wanna also thank you guys very much. You guys inspired me a lot. Because of you, I was able to start this company in 2011, and I create a lot of jobs. It's not only the job that I create. So many family are able to purchase a small system with a freezer where they can sell cold drinks across anywhere in Haiti, and they create a living for themselves, and bring power to a lot of houses in Haiti all over the country. It doesn't matter if you're in a city or if you're outside. So I feel like it's all those happen because of people of you. So, and thank you for everything that you're doing for Haiti. I usually tell my friends, I don't believe on those big NGOs or all those big international government that are trying to help Haiti. I believe in you guys, because from what you guys see, the money that you raise go directly to the people, and you can go over there and touch every single thing that you've done. And for most of those big NGOs, you can't see anything that they done. So thank you for what you're doing and for your love for the